G'day everyone, it's Taylor MP here, and today I'm going to be sharing with you guys my Ultimate Generation Simulator. Now if you've seen this video for the first time on YouTube, then the links to the forum post and the editable Google Sheet will be in the description, or if you've seen it on the forums, then you've got everything you need right in front of you. First up, when you open up the Google Doc, head over to Sheet 16, and that's our Ultimate Generation Simulator. Now I'm going to answer that question I posed to you guys at the start of the thread or in the title of the video and show you what setup a decisive trait works with, and then I'm going to go through how you can use this simulator to find the most suitable sources of alt gain for your particular build. So the most important thing to note on this spreadsheet is this column here, instances of alt gain per second. So the chance to gain a single ultimate from Decisive is calculated per instance of alt gain. So if you've got something like Bloodspawn that is only ticking once every 6 seconds, it doesn't matter that that's given you 14 ultimate. Decisive has the percentage chance, 20 or 40% depending on what trait, to give you a single ultimate once every 6 seconds. So obviously this means the best types of alt gain to pair with a decisive trait are ones that tick frequently. They don't have to be for much, but you will get the most gain out of a decisive trait for things that occur frequently. So looking at our simulator here, I've got the frequencies of all the different sources of alt gain down this left hand column here. So the base alt gen happens every 1 second. So that's a good one to have in if you want to use Decisive. Bloodspawn every 6 seconds, so we'll drop that one out for the time being. Tavar's Favor every 1 second, we'll put that up. Werewolf Hide is every 5 seconds, that's alright, but it's not too frequent. Minor Heroism every 1.5 seconds. So just looking at these three reasonably frequently ticking sources of alt gen, we can scroll down to the bottom here where our results are. We're getting 6.6 alt per second, and we're getting 2.6 instances of alt gain per second. So it's this second column here which is determining how much our decisive trait is doing for us. So on a one hand, it's increasing our alt gain per second by 0.5, or on a two hand, it's increasing our alt gain per second by 1. So for one hand, it's only given us an 8% increase in alt, which compared to the traded tooltip value of 20% seems pretty dismal. But this is one of the best scenarios for a decisive traded weapon. Base alt gen, Tavar's Favor, and Minor Heroism, both very frequently ticking ultimates. Obviously, you will still get benefit from Decisive if you use things like Bloodspawn, which is once every 6 seconds, or Werewolf Hide, which is once every 5 seconds, but it won't be as pronounced as it is. So this is my recommendation to you. Only use Decisive if you have several forms of high frequency alt gain. They don't have to be much, like Minor Heroism is only 1 every 1.5 seconds. But that has a 20% chance every 1.5 seconds to give you an additional alt, whereas something like Bloodspawn has a 20% chance every 6 seconds. And so now I'll quickly show you how to use this spreadsheet so you can do it with your build in game and make adjustments to see what types of alt generation you should keep and what you should maybe not worry about and drop, and open up that extra skill slot or item set. Now the first thing you need to do to use this simulator yourself is to look at all the different sources of alt generation down the left hand side here, and then in column E, tick off what you're using. So a simple Y for yes and an N for no, and that will output the results on the right hand side there. So this is how much ultimate you're getting per second, and this is the instances of alt gain per second, which as we said previously is the most important to determining whether Decisive will work for you. We also have some things without an uptime, but they've just got a frequency in seconds here that you enter manually. So anything in red is what you input. So how long it takes you to get a killing blow in PvP for a Nightblade with Soul Harvest slotted, just 15 seconds. How frequently a Warden drops an Enchanted Forest, get a kill in PvP, use a synergy, kill a vampire, Daedra, or werewolf. and that will input all the results down to the bottom here. And this is what's going to be telling you whether Decisive is right for your build and whether it's given you significant enough alt to justify running it. So that is the purpose of this simulator, to help you hone where you're getting your alt generation from and see if maybe something you're doing is not worth pursuing, and then that opens up other options for your build. So that's all I wanted to cover on the ultimate generation calculator, and just quickly at the end of the video I wanted to pop over to the sheet 17 here and show you my block cost reduction calculator. Now there are plenty out there already, so just use this one if it's convenient for you, and I have preemptively set it up for Dragon Bones DLC. So this is not how it's showing on live, but it will be in a few weeks. One of the things I have added to this that I haven't seen in any other block cost calculators is this duration of permablock. So you can put your block cost modifiers in up here, and it will give you your block cost and your block cost reduction. But if you wanted to go a step further, add in your stamina, add in your average resource return, and how frequently you're getting hit per second, and it will give you an approximation on how long you can block for. I gauge that is accurate to within 1 second plus or minus. And just a quick note on average hits taken per second. This used to be a maximum of 2 per second. The block costs used to get reduced used to get minus from your stamina every 0.5 seconds, but it's now being reduced to 0.25. So the maximum this can be is 4, and that is the worst case scenario for the tank, and will dramatically reduce your block time. So that's all I wanted to show you guys today. Just the ultimate generation simulator to help you figure out what forms of ultimate gen are good for you and whether Decisive can work on your build, and then just this block cost reduction calculator at the end. Thanks for listening, guys. Hope you have a good one out there.